Seymour, Seymour, Seymour.
What's up, Cobras? We're here with the club highlight, and this week we're focusing on theater, and we're here with the director of theater, Mr. Riddle. So we're gonna hop into it. Could you give us a quick description of what theater is for maybe an upcoming 8th grader or somebody who's looking to join a club?
Theater is a great way for students to learn how to act, how to portray different characters, learn to sing. We do a spring musical, and so a lot of these students have the ability to get a script and learn music. But there's more to it than just acting and singing. We also theater is a place for kids who are trying to find somewhere to fit in, and so by having that type of outlet, we have the technical side of it where students can learn how to run a soundboard or run a light board, help backstage, build props, build sets, and things like that. So theater really is an all-inclusive place where really any student can feel appreciated, involved, and a part of something to produce a product that ultimately I think is successful, which we've had over the past few years.
It's awesome. So what is like the mission of theater, and with that mission, how can that help students benefit their future selves?
I think ultimately the mission of theater is to help engage students into their kind of their inner self, to find value and to see that they have worth, and that is always kind of exuded in a lot of different ways. So ultimately, I think our mission is to bring out of each student something that is unique and something that is valuable to produce just an amazing product. And so I just see that a lot as we've been kind of going along with theater over the years.
So y'all do productions and shows, and y'all just got done with a spring show, and I've only heard positive reviews on it. So what was your favorite part of that production? And for like someone who's listening to this, like what was kind of the process like from beginning to end, and just a real quick summary? What was the process of like getting ready for that? Like,
Right, to get ready for a musical, it takes hours and hours. When I say 80 plus hours of additional rehearsal time to produce a spring musical, that's really what it took us to put this together. Many hours were put into building sets. Many hours were put into learning music. A lot of extra time was put into, learning choreography, how to dance, how to move on stage, and working with the lights and the sound to get it just right. So a lot of time and effort was put into producing that product. And to go back to your earlier question, my favorite part of the entire process is really that last performance, when I get to sit down with the kids and I get to share my heart with them. And I ultimately, what I told them is that I love them, that I'm proud of them, and that I could see such growth from the very beginning of the semester until that moment. And so at that moment, it was kind of like our state championship. We're right there. We're about to score. And when I say they scored big and won, they really did. It was the best performance I think that Fountain Lake has ever had, was that culmination on Sunday afternoon to end Little Shop.
well, I appreciate your time and a description of theater. If y'all are looking for a club or want to join a good group, I think this would be a great place for you. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. We're here with your theater club president, Claire Roden. So, Claire, what would make this club stick out to a person that's maybe coming into high school or maybe wants to join theater? What would make it stick out to them, and what do you personally like about the club?
I think it's just really fun. I think that there's a lot of energy. It's very high energy. Personally, I think that if you're someone who has a lot of anxiety, or you don't like talking in front of people, or you feel like you don't have a lot of friends, I feel like theater is that outlet, and that can help you it kind of makes you into a different person, but for good. And I think that I think it's just really fun. It's high energy. I think that I think it's something anyone could enjoy.
So, when joining this club, how do you think it can help you in your future and others?
Yeah, so touching back on what I said with like public speaking, especially, there's a lot of projects we do where we improv, which is really fun, and it gets you open, like it makes you open up and be able to talk to people. And I think that's really good for your future, especially with like people that want to be teachers or like just in general. I think it's important to be able to have that public speaking.
So, y'all have done a couple projects this year. What has been your favorite personal project that y'all have done in theater?
Definitely our spring musical, Little Shop of Horrors. It was really fun to put together. I think that there's just so many different things that you can do while being in theater. And I think that with a production like that, it really highlights and shows like the different things that you can do while being in theater.
All right, y'all. This is your club highlight for theater. President Claire Roden, and thank y'all for watching.